Hi everyone, and in today's installment of my No Buy Year, I wanted to share my thoughts on the revolving doors of resale and possible pitfalls of thrifting. So one of the things that I've been meaning to do for a while, it's kind of a summer project, is finally get everything that I was trying to declutter this year listed on Mercari, which is my resale app of choice. You know, it's like Poshmark, Depop, whatever. And it's actually proven to be a more difficult undertaking than I thought, which is partly why I'm making this video, to try to motivate myself to actually get this done. Hopefully you can see some B-roll of me doing the listing and taking pictures and all the things needed to do to get something up for sale. It's actually kind of a labor-intensive process for the prospect of sometimes not a lot of money per item, especially if they're not super high quality in the first place. You might only be able to charge a few dollars. And, you know, with shipping and all that, it's not actually that lucrative. Really, the reason I'm doing it is to be a responsible consumer and not declutter things irresponsibly, trying to make sure they get rehomed and reused and avoid the landfill. And to that point, I think on the other side of the thrift consumer market is the feeling that you are being responsible in buying thrift and avoiding things reaching the landfill by purchasing them. And I think that can be just as dangerous of an idea and can actually encourage more shopping. Today I wanted to really go into details about how the option of resale created this kind of revolving door of my wardrobe for a long time, for many years leading up to this no-buy year. And kind of the reasons behind that. I already covered how thrifting feels like a responsible, sustainable, ethical shopping choice. And so the temptation when you are shopping is, oh, thrifting is okay, right? Thrifting shouldn't be counted as something that's, you know, bad shopping or shopping that I have to stop, because it's the responsible way. It's the ethical option. It's saving these things from landfill. So you can feel like you're doing good in a way by thrift shopping. You're making a positive contribution to the world. It's easy to justify. It's easy to buy more. There's also thrifting FOMO that you can feel, because usually there's only one available. It might be the only one in your size. It might be a good deal, and you might feel increased pressure to buy because of that. So there's the thrifting feeling like a good thing to do and the FOMO of thrifting. And then when I was purchasing a new item, there was always that idea that I had an easy way out to resell it if it didn't work out for me. If I made a purchasing mistake, I had a fallback, a reasonable fallback, to recoup some of my money and dispose of the item responsibly. And this made especially those final sale items, or those things that I couldn't return, feel like not as big of a deal if I made a mistake or messed up. And it was easier to justify that kind of a purchase, which was really harmful to my shopping habits, if I'm honest. It didn't go with the idea of longevity in my wardrobe. I wasn't buying forever. I was buying to hopefully have it work out and hopefully not have to resell it. But you know what? It's not a big deal if I do have to pass it on, because I have a way to do that that's responsible and ethical, and somebody else will get a great deal and we can all feel good about it. So it's so dangerous. It was so dangerous for me in my consumer habits. It was really the wrong mindset to have. The reselling should be the worst case scenario of responsible decluttering, not a reasonable fallback, a way to enable you to buy final sale and things you're not quite sure about. I also really fell into the trap of using the proceeds from my sales to then shop again. Instead of withdrawing it to my bank account, I would often browse the app and be trawling along for something to buy, and it would feel like, you know, the girl math, oh, I bought it for free because I had credit. No, like, that's my money. I should have saved it towards something that I actually really wanted on my list before I saw it on the thrifting app, right? Not something I found browsing that I wouldn't have seen if I hadn't been looking to buy something. That shopping credit is not free money. But I think the possibility of thrifting the trends also gave me more permission to partake in trends that I wouldn't have otherwise. So if I saw an influencer talking about something, usually one of the first things I'd do is go to a thrift app and see if I could get a version of it secondhand. So I'd feel good about it. I'd feel like I wasn't harming the environment or supporting harmful practices. I'd feel like I was saving things from landfill, and I'd feel like I was able to try the trend in a responsible way. And these things are kind of true, but in my case, I was using it to justify a more harmful shopping habit. So for me, it was kind of too dangerous to be worth the upsides. I was not consuming responsibly. And in a way, you could actually argue that I was then taking the option to consume responsibly away from somebody else who could have bought those things in a more considered way. The thing I bought thrifted could have been purchased by somebody else who was really truly looking for that one specific item. So for me, listing my items on there, spending any time on that app, is kind of like walking into the lion's den. I'm gonna have to be very, very, very careful to not consume, to not use my credit, to want to browse and shop. And I am posting this for accountability, to be honest. I am going to use all of my credit. I'm going to transfer it to my bank account. I'm going to save it towards something I really need, maybe that dental bill for my apicoectomy, or maybe the iPad that I'm going to try to buy when the time is right for my kind of music business. So I have two kind of fairly large savings goals to put the money towards and make a sizable dent, hopefully, in those purchases. So there will be no shopping this time around. I will not be browsing. I will not be buying anything that I didn't already have on my shopping list for my no-buy year. So my wardrobe will no longer be this revolving door. I now want to make my wardrobe into an exclusive club, an invite-only club. Everything is an MVP. Everything has earned its place by being a celebrity before being invited. Maybe that's not a great metaphor, but it doesn't matter how good or how ethical or how much savings I'm getting by thrifting something, how one of a kind it is, how much FOMO I might feel by leaving it there. My wardrobe is an exclusive club. I actually don't even need any more people. It's at capacity right now. So we don't want to overfill the club or everyone's going to get sweaty and unhappy and not want to be there. Extend the metaphor as far as you want to, I guess. But I do not need any more clothes especially, but I don't need any more of anything really. And if thrifting has been a problem for you and your shopping habits, you might want to take a step back as well with me and think about how maybe some of the benefits of thrifting are actually enabling. Okay, you might have been able to hear my baby waking up from a nap. She's happy, but I better go get her. So this will just be a quick update today. If for some reason you are interested to browse my secondhand app on Mercari, I'll put that in the description. I have had a couple of comments asking, which is why I'm doing that. I'm not asking you to, I'm not trying to influence you to, but it'll be there for those of you who might need it for practical reasons. All right, bye for now, and I will see you in the next one. Today's the day and now's the time. I'm finally taking the time to list all of this for resale. The revolving door resale. Gotta be honest, I really don't feel like doing this today. I think this is probably gonna take several hours and I would much rather be doing something else. But you know what? It's time to responsibly find these things a new home, and maybe the fact that I feel so reluctant to do this and feel like it's gonna be such a painful task will just help me not accumulate things in the future. I've also since discovered a couple more items to declutter. So we have these shoes that I've realized that I'm probably never gonna wear again, and this skirt that I just have other things that I would rather wear instead. And I figure the more time that passes, the more I'll realize what things that I really don't need to keep. I really hope I can at least get done with the photographs, and then the listing might be done another day. Let's get started for real. I really feel like in the videos where people do declutters and reselling, they make it look so glamorous and easy, and they don't talk about how painful the process really is and how I would rather be doing so many other things with this time right now. So this is the reality. I'm also probably not going to make a ton of money back on any of this stuff. So it's more about rehoming responsibly than the money I might make. A labor of love, or a labor of wanting to be ethical and responsible and pay for my mistakes. Battery's dying, so the last thing I will add is that back when I was in the shopping cycle of selling things and then using the credit to buy more things, or I had that kind of mindset, this process was not as painful. So I didn't really feel the loss of the time or the effort being wasted. And at this point, I mean, I would much rather go read a book, spend time with my kids, or even edit an actual YouTube video where I get to share ideas and stuff than sit here taking endless pictures of clothes that I'm getting rid of. So I'm gonna be here for the next few hours and then however many more hours online actually putting these up and writing out the details. So I will say bye for now and see you in the next one. Maybe don't make the mistakes that I did, or if you're in this cycle right now, I don't know, is it starting to feel like more of a task, more of a job, more not worth it to you? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Sorry for the glare on my glasses. All right, see you in the next one.